All right. Sup, guys? Sneaky Cat Goblin back with another video on this Saturday. Happy Saturday. And I figured, being that I am the Sneaky Cat Goblin, that I would make a tutorial on sneaky goblin attacks for strategic rushing and rushing. And I guess maxing as well, because, you can really pick any army you want. I just enjoy this army a lot, and I think it's very efficient to do so. So we'll I have an open builder, so I'm grinding out some walls here on my free-to-play base, and I wanted to bring it with a base that my free-to-play base that's not necessarily maxed. So I have a little bit of freedom um, on what I have. Well, I don't have as much freedom on what I have. Like my army camps aren't maxed. I'm obviously a Town Hall 12 going to 13. I don't have a max clan castle. But I do have what is needed to pull off this attack fairly easily. So starting off with just the overall composition, all sneaky goblins really is the way to go. You'll see some of my replays, I utilize freeze spells, but I would say you use freeze spells until you unlock invis spells, and those are game changers there. So starting off with spells as far as upgrade priority, like you obviously get the rage and the jump fairly soon and the freeze, so those are the main ones. I would say, though, the jump is the most important. Of course, I don't have it to level 2, to at least level 2, because 20 seconds really isn't that long, and when you get higher up in some of the walls, only having 20 seconds isn't enough to jump. Then when you unlock the invis, that is the #1 priority. The invis spell obviously is one of the best. It is one of the main reasons why this attack is so good, and I'll showcase it in some of my attack replays as well. And then for hero equipment, it's all damage. So EQ boots and the spiky ball for sure. Arrow and healer puffet on the queen. There's not double damage, is there? I'm not thinking of other damage. I wouldn't use the Minion Prince with this. I would use the Royal Champion once unlocked, and I'd use Seeking Shield and Rocket Spear if you have it, just so you're able to get as most damage. And then if you do have it, it'd be Eternal Tome and Fireball on the Warden. Obviously, these combinations work, but you get more damage output. You can, this will do 2 summoning units, perfect. This will help greatly in your attacks. So let's do a couple live attacks first, and then I'll do, actually I'll do a couple replays, because I had a couple good replays with some pretty good bases. So obviously this is going to be a great base here for me to try to 2-star. When you're strategic rushing, I think the goal is to grow trophies. So your main goal should be to try to get 2 stars here at least. Now there has been some 3 stars. I've gotten some progress bases and I've gotten really lucky. But if you take down all the resource buildings, sneaky goblins do a lot of damage. And you're able to, especially the progress bases when there's no walls, have a chance. So, the collectors, you take out the collectors, they're one shot, not too shabby. Once you've kind of cleared stuff out, you could just do your combinations how you want to. I use the wall wrecker here because that's the siege machine that I have. And there's not too much damage because I don't have to worry about scatter shots at Town Hall 12. But I'll show some replays with scats where I end up pulling off the attack, but it's a little bit dicey. So I'm trying to go for 2 stars here. And you kind of have to calculate, okay, am I going to get enough to get a 2-star? And I think that there's 5 buildings that I can get here. I use the jumps to get the buildings that are needed. Now we're at 47. We got 23. And this is where you can use the invis spells, how they're just super valuable. And I could have used the invis spell here. I thought that they were going to get it. Then we're good. And we just need to get 1 more building. So, using those invis spells. Remember, the invis spells don't affect walls. So you could just go over the middle of the invis and they'll still attack the wall. And then obviously you want to get just as close as you can to that building. That wasn't the best invis spell, but it's a solid 2-star. We get the 6 stars. We're good to go. And then I'll show this one was dicey, but I was able to pull this one off. even though I don't even have the town hall. Ideally, like, you would want to use the blimp on these attacks. For higher town halls would be the siege machine of choice, because then you can guarantee that you can get the town hall. Not necessarily guarantee, but it's a much higher chance. And then I usually go from the side because I have super weak heroes. So obviously this makes it a lot easier if you have much stronger heroes. But you could really get it done with the basic hero equipment and getting those up as much as you can. So here it gets a little dicey. I use some of the rage spells to get through walls, but the base was was designed weird. And then look at this, I get absolutely smoked here. Yeah, got smoked by that. And then I get smoked by the Eagle artillery. So now I'm like, oh man, I thought I had the clear path, but no, now I go to the gold storage. So I need to get the gold storage down. So I start using invis spells here, which was smart of me. And then I place the other jump, and then all of a sudden an attack that doesn't look so great is hammered. I mean, as soon as I got through that, we're good. I got some other storages here, and I was able to, get a decent amount of loot and still 1 star, no problem. You don't really want to drop trophies here. The goal should be to get as many trophies as you possibly can. So, all right, let's do some live attacks. Let's get some loot up, and then I'm going to put a storage down because I have an open builder, and kind of go from there. So I might try to attack some base. I'll definitely try to do a blimp attack because the goal, like I said, is to try to 2-star. And 1.4, yep, and this is a good base to try to. And I'm going to try to take the blimp from the backside, but only one. If you spawn right next to the store or the collectors, only 1 sneaky goblin is required. Obviously, you don't have to worry about troop space, but I'm just trying to be efficient with it so I can get as much value as I possibly can. I usually drop the king and queen together and then the warden and the blimp separate, just because I'm trying to spread out the damage and try to get a 2-star. I'll actually go like this, so it'll save the queen, and hopefully see if I can blimp. There's a little damage there. Come on. No, I'm not going to get it. So we get into the core here. Makes it really easy. Now, I think it is definitely possible to get, I think I could 2-star this, actually. This could be difficult, actually, because there's storages. That's annoying that they put storages, but I do have a lot of invis spells, so I'll do a cheeky invis spell here. And before that goes down, see, the scats are what you need to worry about. Those are by far the most devastating. Now, see, you got, yeah, the scats are devastating. So I don't know if I'll be able to actually get the 2-star here, but I'll certainly be able to get some more value from these storages because I have a lot. Actually, I can go for this storages too. And I'll get that one. Perfect. Scout will destroy it. Hopefully it didn't. Yep, it shot. Dang it. But this is using kind of all my spells here and getting a decent amount of value out of what I can there. So we'll take that. Let's see if I can actually get a little bit more out of this storage. Yeah, we're going to get a decent amount there. Perfect. So we couldn't get the 2-star, but, still got almost 1.7, 1.8 in loot, which is great. And, like I said, there's many other ways that you could do this now. Like, maybe there's some more efficient ways to do it. I just like sneaky goblins. It just makes it more fun for me, more enjoyable. I'll do one with the wall wrecker as well. But you don't have to be conservative on your spells and stuff. Like, obviously, if you're trying to at least star, you need to be a little bit careful. But, like, you get all the resources right back, and sometimes I forget that. when I'm playing. And yeah, so you don't need to worry about those kind of things. Okay, I'm going to jump. We'll do this. Come on, and now I'll go to the town hall. And you want to be careful. It takes a little bit of practice with the invis spells there, but obviously you want to be careful not to overplay your invis spells. And there's not much loot available, so I'm not going to try to waste my time with that because they were all in the collectors to begin with. So still got a decent amount of loot there. I'm finding that, I'm right there in Champs 3, that I'm getting a good amount of loot. I think you need 2 for if you spawn right next to a storage, I think you need 2. Yeah. But I only need 2, which is nice. You can always do 3 as well. So this one's going to be a little bit more dicey to get through. So we need to get through 2 layers of walls here, and we'll use this to get everything as close as possible. Perfect. And then the wall wrecker will get through another layer of walls here. And then hopefully the sneaky goblins will go. No, they're going to go towards that, unfortunately. But hopefully I can distract long enough. Okay, good. Oh, now they're going in there. Okay, perfect. And the wall record's good for just getting some walls down. So that's wonderful. I got a lot of value there. I definitely think I have enough to get the 2-star here as far as buildings go. But you want to make sure that scat's done. So 46. 47. So we're going to power through the walls. You can use a rage spell to get, and the one thing that I do have as well is a minion. It's not a high level minion, but it, of course, didn't spawn it in the right spot, so it's going to get cooked. And dang it, I'm going to leave it with a 49%. So that's on me. I should have spawned right there. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. Darn it. So close there, not the end of the world, obviously. I'm just a moron. I don't know if I would have been able to get enough damage there to actually get the 49% or the 50% because that eagle would have locked on. But regardless, that's why I have 1 cleanup troop to maybe put us over the edge. Let's do one more attack here. Yeah, let me know how you guys utilize the sneaky goblins. I mean, this is just like I said, a tutorial for people that are not necessarily like maxed or anything like that, kind of middle of the road. You could utilize this as your max. Like really, if you have another spell, you can carry 1 more spell. If you're Town Hall 14, I'd probably choose an invis spell, to be honest, because the 2 rages are perfect, good enough for each attack. And the 2 jump spells are good enough, especially if you hop. Now, some people do use haste spells. I kind of get haste spells, but I also just I'm like, The invis spells are just as good. You could maybe use 1 haste if you wanted to, but not a huge deal. Okay, so we got a maxed Town Hall 12 here. So we should be able to get a decent amount of value from the get-go. And I think it should go right into after this. Oh my gosh, look at that spring trap just launched everything. And sometimes if you want to, you can push the sneaky goblins. Obviously, I timed that invis perfectly. And of course that giant bomb goes off. You could try to push the sneaky goblins away from certain buildings. So if you don't want them to go into certain buildings, you can invis that building for it to, if you're more advanced, you can do that. But I don't sometimes think that that's completely necessary. Look at the storages on this. We've got a lot of storage value here. And you drop the invis at a good time there. Perfect. That should be enough. Then one more jump spell to get over that hump of... Man, there's still a ton of... Those some big, juicy storages right there. Got that one too. Nice. Nice. So that's awesome. So get a couple more walls up here. I'm gonna upgrade. I need to make this a little more organized. So this will go. So I need 1.8 so I can spend all of my elixir here. Do I have any in my storages? Treasuries? Yes, I do. So we could do one more. I need to make sure I just leave 1.8. 6. And perfect. That concludes my sneaky goblin tutorial. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, comment, subscribe, and peace.